So hello and welcome guys, welcome back to Gamedevelopedia. So in today's video we are going to see about public, private and serialized variable. So in previous video we have learned about variable and data types, and in today's video we will be learning about public and private and serialized field. So yeah, let's start the video, and if you haven't watched previous videos, make sure to watch them. You will be able to understand this video more easily. So as in previous video, we created a variable script where we learned about variables. So first of all, let me, if you haven't watched previous video, just make sure to watch that. And now let's start this video. So first of all, let's create one variable integer a is equal to 10. Let's print this value, print a. Okay. So as you know, this will print 10 onto the console. Okay. So what if I want to change the value of this a variable from directly in Unity? It is a really headache to come again and again here and change the values and tweak it again and again. So what if we get access of this variable inside the Unity engine itself? So we can achieve this functionality with the help of public variable. So whenever we turn a variable to public, we get access of this variable inside the Unity engine directly. So see here, we got the access of variable a directly inside here. So let's see. So currently its value is 9. So let's see what it prints here. Okay, so here we got 9 as output. So now if I will change this value to 12 directly from here. So if this variable was not public, this I can't edit this directly from the inspector of Unity engine. I need to go to the script and then again click here and then edit the value. So this was really a headache. So when you turn a variable public, you can directly access it in the inspector and edit its value. So now let's see if I get output as 12. So yeah, here you can see output is 12. Okay, but in the script it's 9, and from here we can directly change it. Okay, so you have understood about public variable. Now public variable are public means it is an access modifier which converts this variable into accessible anywhere. So if I have another script and I want to access this variable, so I can access this variable in that script also. Means this variable becomes accessible everywhere, and public variable is not recommended because another script can change its value uh, and it causes bugs. So we will understand this in detail, but first let's understand private now. So if I turned variable private, so I will not get access of this variable here. See, now this field from where I was editing the value of a will just disappear. Okay, and by default the variables are private only. So what private variable does? So private variables value cannot be changed from any other script. But yeah, we can change the value directly from here. See now, if a is equal to suppose 9 3. Okay, so now when I will go to Unity editor and hit play, see here 3 printed onto the console. So private variable, this statement and this statement is completely similar. There is no difference because by default the variables are private only. Okay, so now what if I want to keep the variable as private because I don't want to give access of this variable to any other script? So what if I want to keep this private but want this value inside the editor window? So if I want to keep the variable as private and also want to display its value onto the inspector and edit the value from the inspector, I can just turn this variable into serialized field. Serialized field. So, okay. So now, as you can see, our variable is private. Let's put this value. Now, as you can see, our variable is private, but I added a serialized field. So now I will again get the access of this variable directly from the inspector window, and I can edit it like a public variable by keeping it private. So now see, as here the value is 9. uh, let's see what it prints first. Here also there is value 9. So see, 9 is printed. Okay, so now let's clear the console and change the value to 10. Let's see what happens. See, the value 10 got printed. So what is difference between public, private, or serialized field? When to use what? Okay, let's understand it in depth. So first of all, what is serialized field? So this attributes tell Unity. Wait a second. So this serialized field, this attribute tells Unity to serialize the private field and make it visible in the inspector. Okay, so what is serialized? Serializing thing is just converting the data into format that can be stored and loaded later. Okay. Normally, private variables. This normally, if it's private. Okay. Normally, if it's just private variable, it is not shown on the inspector. But when we add serialized field to it, the variable gets displayed onto the inspector, and we can change its value directly from the inspector by keeping its private functionality private. Okay, so now when to use public, private, and serialize. Okay, so let's understand when to use public, private, and serialized. Okay, so public should be used when you need access of the variable from other script. Okay, so as I explained you that if we want access, suppose we have public player speed. Okay, so if we have public player speed is equal to 10. So now if I sorry, so if we have a float data type variable and its value is 10. So now I want to change player speed from any other script. Okay, so if there is an object by which when player collects that object, and after collecting that object the player speed should be increased by suppose 5. So if in this condition I will use public variable, but it's not recommended. We will see the right way of doing so in later videos, but I will explain what's the right way in this video only, but we will implement that in next further parts. Okay, so when to use private. Okay, so private variables should be used when the variable is only to be used in same script. Okay, so if we have suppose what example, if we have suppose private, wait a second. So if we have suppose private uh, enemy damage. Okay, so if we have enemy damage, suppose 5. Okay, so if we have enemy damage and we don't want any other script to increase the enemy damage, we just want to use this enemy damage script, enemy damage variable inside only this script. We will use enemy damage. We will use private. And what about serialized field? So as I explained that serialized field should be used when we want to change the value of variable from directly inspector. Then only we should use serialized field. So we should use serialized field when you want to edit it in the inspector, but keep private in code. Okay. So now let's create a proper scenario and understand this in depth. Okay. So suppose we have player script. Suppose we have player script and it has speed variable. Okay. So suppose we have a player script. Assume we have a player script. We'll implement this in further tutorials, but currently I'm just explaining when to use which variable. Okay. So suppose we have a player, suppose player script, and it has a speed variable. Okay. Sorry. Suppose we have speed variable in our player script. Okay. And we want to change the speed of the player. So in this case, if we use private variable for speed, we will not be able to change the speed from the inspector and from other script. So as I told you, a private variable cannot be accessed either in the inspector window nor in any other script. So in this case, we will not be able to change the value of speed. So if we want to change the value of our player movement or any other thing, any other variable like player health. So suppose there is any medikit or something, and you want to change the player health when player picks up the medikit. So in this case, we should use a public or a private variable and create a method which will take the value of our variable and change it. Okay, we will implement this in further video, but currently let me explain it simply. Okay, and if we want to change the value of speed variable from both inspector as well as from the other script, we can make the variable as public, but there is small risk, and this is if we turn the variable public, any script can change it without control, which may lead to unexpected bugs. Okay, so what is the right step? What is the right step is so here the best practice is to use serialized field private or just a private variable. Plus we can use public method for controlled access. So let's understand this in some details with health variable. We will assume we have a health variable. So we will make another script. Okay. So let's make another script and understand this concept. So let's make another script to understand this concept. Okay. Mm, what should we name? Let's name it example one. Okay. So I'm real sorry. Okay, so let me write the script and then I will explain you. Serialize field private int health equal to 100. Okay. So here we have a serialized private int health variable. So we want to change the health of player from any order script. Okay. So here we will take an example when enemy attack the player health should drop by any number. Okay. So here by using serialized field, we can access this health from inspector window of Unity. Okay, so we can change the value of health directly from the inspector. Okay, and now we will just create a method public void take damage. Okay, so health minus equal to damage. Okay, we will create this variable. Let debug dot log player health plus health. Okay, I will explain you this script. Just wait a minute. Yeah, right. Okay, so let's cut this line and create a method, another method which will just print die. This will just print player died. Okay, now we will just pass an argument damage. Okay. So now let's create another script, enemy script, which will hold the value of damage which player will get. Okay, so let's create another script, name it enemy. This enemy script will just contain one single function, like public void attack, and we will pass our player play. Okay, so what's happening here is, so here we have serialized field private int health equal to 100. So here uh, this is a private variable, but by using serialized field we are able to change its value directly through the inspector. Okay, but what if I want to change this variable's value from any other script, or if I press any button on the keyboard? So in this case, what we can do is we can create another method which will take damage onto the player. Okay, and we can pass our health variable minus equal to damage. So here we created a local variable. These are known as parameters, which we create inside the method signature. Okay, so this part of code is known as method signature. This is method name, and these are arguments or parameters which we are passing. Here we passed integer damage, means this is an int type of variable damage. Okay, and here health minus equal to damage means whichever our health, here our health is 100 and minus equal to damage, the damage is coming from here. Okay, So this int damage, this is a formal argument or formal parameter, and this is actual argument or actual parameter which we are passing to this method from other script. Okay, and this line here will handle the damage. Health minus equal to damage means whenever we are calling this take damage method, we can call this take damage method from any other script and pass in a parameter, means integer type of value like 10, 5 or etc, which will lead damage or which will just subtract this value from our current health. Okay, so this is a debug log. If you haven't watched out first part of this video, I have explained what is debug log. So this debug log just prints the value onto the console. So if our player health is minus equal to 0, so when our player health will be less than 0 or equal to 0, this die function or method will be called, and this die function will just print player died. Okay, so we can add anything here, like if player die, we can play animations or effects or sound or etc. Okay, so what we will do, we will put this health minus equal to damage inside if condition where when input dot get key down key code equal to e. Okay, we will use e. So now whenever we press any button, e button on our keyboard, this line gets executed, means health minus equal to damage. Okay, now we need to put this take damage inside update. Now we have called this take damage and we will pass 10 here, or we can just pass this method, attack method, inside take damage, but we will just use raw value here as this is just a demonstration. We will learn in further videos how we can call this attack method inside this parameter, like how we can use that attack method of enemy class inside this our player or example one class in order to take the damage onto the player, but currently we will just use this functionality. So now let's attach this to our variable game object. Okay, and now let's hit play. So now just observe console. Okay, let me clear this. So now whenever I click e on my, okay, let me check what's happening here. Okay, so we also need to take this debug log and put it inside the if condition, because it was outside the if condition. That's why the updated values were not getting printed. Okay, so now let's go to our Unity editor again. Now let's print, sorry, let's play. Let me clear the console. Now when I hit E, okay, let me check what's happening. Oh, oh, oops, I'm really sorry. We just need, Okay, so now as we can see, now if I print, what's happening? If get key down keyboard is equal to E, take damage health minus equal to damage. Debug log player health plus health. Okay. Oh, really sorry. I'm really very sorry. I have just attached enemy script. We want to add example one script here. I'm really sorry. Now let's hit play. Now just see the console. We have press E. See player health 90. Again 80, 70, 60, 50. And when the player health is 0, the die function gets called and player died. Okay. So this was just a demonstration, and I have attached enemy script to our game object. That's why the this functionality was not working. So always make sure you attach the correct script to a game object. Okay. So yeah, this was all for this video. If you have any doubts or any questions, you can just ask them in comment section, and I will try my best to answer those questions. And please make sure to subscribe our channel because in future there are lots and lots of video coming. And at the last of this series, we will just create a project uh, which will be Android project, and we will also see how to upload it on Play Store, how to implement ads in it, and how to means we will be making a game completely from scratch and implement all the functionalities in it like shop system, coin system, and etc. And also make sure to check description because in description I upload some notes or I write some notes about lecture. Make sure to read them because you will understand more about this all. And yeah, this was all for today. And I have a link where I have created an mobile game. So also make sure to check that and download and play it once. Thank you for watching this video, and please make sure to subscribe. Thank you.